Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome to Cross VATRUS 2020 Retro Style with Flight Simulator 98. Why? Why not? I thought it might be kind of fun. I had to download quite a bit of custom content in order to get the airports that are being done on VATSIM. There are some that weren't made, so when we get around to those flights, I'll have to actually make those. Not a problem, that should be fun. But yeah, so we're gonna do this retro style. I just thought, you know, hey, if VATSIM was, you know, I don't know, I can't remember if it was out around Flight Simulator 98 or not, but if it was, how much fun would it have been if we were playing Flight Simulator 98? So that is the motivation behind this. Let's see.
Tower Aeroflot 19990 at the terminal. IFR with information. Kilo. Rated a taxi.
Aeroflot 19990. Taxi to runway 34 right.
Tower Darren 536. Yankee wind check.
Roger. Taxi 234 right. Aeroflot 19990.
No, I don't have any Russian ATC. It would have taken me much longer, but I could have taken all of the ATC chatter from VATSIM, broken it up into separate WAV files, and then put it in here. But that would have taken time to do.
Su atención, por favor. Para su seguridad, todo el equipaje de mano debe colocarse debajo del asiento, frente a usted, o en los compartimientos superiores.
Apparently I have someone speaking Spanish.
For your safety, all baggage must be placed under the seat, in front of you, or in the overhead lockers. Thank you.
Well, she spoke Spanish and English. Okay. I had the mixture and stuff that had to be done.
If we have a failure below 100 knots, call out a failure and we will prepare to abort if necessary. If a failure
I didn't lose that much time, actually, honestly.
100 knots, I will make the decision, so be prepared for whatever is required. Pre-start checklist.
Okay, pre-start checks.
At least I can do this right. They were doing all the checklists
Parking
like
brake.
after we took off.
Is set.
They're like
External power.
pushback checklists were like already up in the air flying.
Battery switch.
Is on.
Miska King,
breakers.
hey! Oh, never mind.
Is checked.
Gear pins, pitot covers.
Welcome to my ban
On
list.
board.
APU bleed switch. Vent panel lights. Loose objects. Equipment.
Departure on 118.1.
Checked.
Roger. 118.1.
Seat belt,
Speed
no
bird,
smoking.
584.
That's on.
Ever since my
Oxygen main valve.
channel got rated by
That's on.
104th Maverick, now I'm getting
regular.
all of these spam
Is
things.
tested and set.
Not blaming him, I just
Tested and set.
he wound up bringing like
Landing
over
gear.
50, 60
Down.
viewers over to the channel.
Flight
I'd
recorder.
never had anything like that.
Is checked.
But now I've got these
Cockpit voice recorder.
spam messages coming through.
Checked.
Would you like to make money? Well, yeah, not through
Engine
you.
fire panel.
Checked. Okay.
Pressurization.
Check.
Hydraulics.
Okay. That's
Okay,
set.
check.
External lights.
Yes. Off.
Avionics.
On.
One.
ATIS.
Obtained.
I has created artwork for your channel.
Autopilot settings.
There was some kid who came to my channel saying,
Radio
I got your
altimeter.
phone number. I'm going to give it to everyone. Ha 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 ha. Blah, 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 blah.
Altimeter.
I'm like, whatever.
That's
Ban.
correct.
Airspeed bugs.
Set.
Throttles.
Closed.
Takeoff data.
Set and checked.
Fuel quantity.
Is checked.
It's funny. The Airbus that I have for FSX and
Yep.
P3D,
Set.
I have trouble flying it. I can
Pre-start
fly this
checklist
Airbus.
complete.
West 789er. Frequency change approved.
Roger, Northwest 78.
Before pushback check.
Okay, before pushback check.
Take your time, sweetheart.
Cabin report.
Received.
Received.
External power.
Is disconnected.
At 1711, contact departure.
Doors.
Closed.
Closed.
Strobe lights.
On.
Ready for pushback.
All right, ready for
Before pushback checks complete.
Now that we're ready for pushback, I don't know if you ever saw this. I've got this little pushback feature with Flight Simulator 98. That's what I'm saying. I have a ton of stuff in here. So I got this pushback feature. Comes with the Mad Dog add-on. I can put in here, you know, what my final heading is. So it'll push me back at a curve. So it's really cool.
Tower.
See?
Citation
There he is right there.
Request frequency change.
Little guy in a little car.
Citation 927 Lima. Stay
Parking
with me
brake.
until clear the
Off.
area.
Su atención, por favor.
Roger.
señoras y
Citation
señores.
927 Lima.
Solicitamos a ustedes ajustar los cinturones de seguridad y mantener derechos de sus asientos y las mesas trabadas hasta
So here we go. We're pushing back.
Muchas gracias.
He doesn't walk. He just slides across the ground. You know.
Please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened and your folding table and the back of your seat are in the upright position during takeoff. Thank you.
This is crazy, though, isn't it? Yeah, so this is why I love these old simulators. Even though I had Flight Simulator 98 and I had ProFlight 98 for the ATC, I never had all these other add-ons like Flight Deck Companion, which gives me a flight crew. And it's so versatile that I can throw in ATC chatter into it in different regions and set it up and it will play it. And then there's pushback feature, which is really cool. This Airbus, I downloaded from flightsim.com. The panel, also from there. All of these airports in Russia, I downloaded. There's something like 5 that I couldn't find. So those I'll be creating. I'll be building those from scratch. I have a program on the way to be able to do that.
Guys, 5512, runway 25 right, line up and wait. 25 right, line up and wait.
Okay, in position, start parking brake.
Traffic, County 92416, and be right downwind.
Parking brakes set.
To the south.
Okay, the left is
Brake
clear.
pressure up.
Clear. You can start.
There it goes. He's like, he's sliding off to the side. See, there he goes.
Ready. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Oh, he went like this. He's like, bye-bye.
Before start checks.
Okay before start checks. Probe heat.
On.
Window heat.
That's on.
APU bleed.
And nobody does videos
Throttles.
with all this stuff. Nobody does videos.
know.
Nobody streams with it.
Boost pumps.
And
Is on.
this kind of all started because I wanted
Beacon.
to go back and relive
On.
memories that I had of old simulators.
Before start checks complete.
And then I was like, I wanted to do stuff with them that I didn't do before. So that's what led into all the different videos that I've got on the Killer TV channel.
After start checks.
Oh, well, we're not started.
Okay after start checks.
I'm trying to get it started.
Throttles. Idle.
No, that's not it.
Electrical power.
I have to go to aircraft
Remove.
settings.
Start number 1. Start number 1. 1 stable. Start number 2. 2 stable.
No, it's
Warning lights.
It's
That's checked.
getting that to work
Hydraulics.
on an emulator
Yep. Set.
where you got color and
Anti-ice.
stuff is
Yep.
it
set.
took a lot of trickery to get it to work.
Clear signals. Lights.
And Flight Simulator 1,
Checked.
ooh,
Trim.
I was
Set
lucky to
and
find
checked.
something that actually got it to work
After start checks complete.
and actually look correctly. From what I saw, my channel is the only one that shows Flight Simulator 1 the way it's supposed to be. There are some other channels that have videos in Flight Simulator 1, but all the lines are all over the place, which is what happens with when you try to play it on an emulator. I just managed to find a specific emulator for a specific IBM machine, and Flight Simulator 1 works the way it was designed to work.
Taxi checks.
Okay, taxi checks. Flight instruments.
Check.
Between the Commodore
Flaps.
64 and the PC,
Flaps up.
Flight controls.
the PC version I do think is
That's
better.
checked.
But I can tell you between the two,
Nav aids.
the PC is a Cessna, the Commodore 64 is a Piper. It's a Piper
Check.
Archer. So they're two different aircraft.
Ignition.
As required.
Takeoff speeds.
Check.
Autopilot.
And I do have videos on the channel
Okay,
where you can
on.
watch
Final weight.
and compare the two. So
Checked.
the same legs of the flight, and you can actually
Checklist
compare
complete.
them between Flight Simulator 2 for the Commodore 64, Amiga, PC, Flight Sim 3, 4. Yeah, I've got all that. Full flights that you can actually watch and compare them, and not just, random stuff, throughout the years. Okay, so I think we are ready to taxi
Before
here.
takeoff checks.
Well, wait,
Okay, before takeoff checks.
what are you doing, lady?
External lights.
On.
On.
Parking brake. Off. Transponder.
Is on. Flaps 10.
Flaps 10. Takeoff configuration.
No blue.
Checklist complete.
Terrain's a little messed up here. You can see some of the mountains are kind of floating up in the air there. Or that's fog. Or snow. I'm not sure. But we are starting from the same airport that the VATRUS thing started on, UHPP.
Su atención, por favor. La cabina aspirante solicitada para su comodidad seguridad, pero en caso de una imprevista descompresión, máscaras de oxígeno caerán automáticamente frente a usted. En ese caso, tire de la misma para abrir la válvula, coloque la cubierta en nariz y boca y respire normalmente. Las personas que viajen con niños deben colocarse la máscara antes de atenderlos. Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, the cabin will be pressurized, but in case of a sudden loss of pressure, oxygen mask will drop in front of you. Should this happen, take the mask, apply it to nose and
Airspeed
mouth, and
active.
breathe normally. Parents should first place the mask on their face before assisting children. Sugerimos leer las instrucciones impresas en la cartilla que se encuentra en el bolsillo de su asiento. Muchas gracias.
Trying to get this thing turned.
That you read the safety instruction card located in the stick pocket in front of you. Thank you. A fin de evitar interferencias con los instrumentos de vuelo, está terminantemente prohibido el uso de aparatos o dispositivos electrónicos durante las maniobras de carreteo y despegue. Se prohíbe asimismo durante todas las etapas del vuelo el uso de equipos transmisores, tales como teléfonos celulares, radiotransmisores y transmisores de control remoto. La tripulación de cabina está a su entera disposición para cualquier consulta al respecto. Muchas gracias. To avoid interferences with flight instruments, the use of electronic devices during taxi and takeoff is not allowed. During the whole flight, the use of
Picture-in-picture.
portable radios and remote
Oh,
control
one of the
devices
later versions of Flight. Yeah, I think I'm using like the latest version that was released.
Se recuerda a los señores pasajeros que este es un vuelo no fumador. Está terminantemente prohibido fumar en todo el avión y durante todo el vuelo. Por razones de seguridad,
If you play it in composite mode, like if you hooked it up to a TV, you'll get color. That's the only way that you get color.
during the whole flight, these rules are intended to make our flight safer, so we will be watching that they are observed.
So you got to have it set for composite mode. What I'd like to do is get a Tandy 1000 and get the Flight Simulator 2 for that. Because that one looks really nice in color. And Scenery Disc 12, which covers like New York and New Hampshire, Maine, all that whole area up there, that was never made for the Commodore 64. It was for the Commodore Amiga, but not the Commodore 64, for whatever reason. But it is on the PC.
Our speed is too high.
Oh, be quiet there, Mr. Co-Pilot. We're fine. Alright, let's see. What was that command again? Ugh. I got books and stuff over here to tell me which commands are what.
United 1711 on app, Docker, wind 240 at 15, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
I've also got a program that generates air traffic, where it will land and take off from ILS runways, and so it gives you the illusion that there's air traffic.
Delta 770 tower, runway.
Tower.
Yeah, this thing is loaded.
Niner, 0, ready for takeoff.
Aeroflot 1-9-0, clear for takeoff, fly runway heading.
JetBlue 492, contact departure.
Roger, clear for takeoff. Aeroflot 1-9-0.
Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
654, contact departure.
Okay, let's get things underway.
Guys 5512, contact departure. Departure, guys 5512.
After takeoff checks.
Okay, well, it's not after takeoff
Okay,
check.
after takeoff checks.
Whoops.
Landing gear.
Up.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Ayo.
Flaps.
Flaps 10. Set.
Packs.
Okay, on.
Autopilot.
They're just getting it done now, so they don't have to do it later.
Checklist complete.
United 559, and taxiway Papa, cross 25 right, traffic holding, ground point 75.
Airspeed active. 80 knots.
Check.
100 knots.
November 484 Charlie Romeo, runway 25
Rotate.
full length, line up and wait, chopper.
V2. Positive rate.
Gear up.
You're going up.
Aeroflot 190.
Flaps up.
Contact departure on
Check.
118.1.
Flaps up.
Roger. Aeroflot 190.
You're up and locked.
0. Good day.
Tower KLM 525, request frequency change.
KLM 525. Stay with me until clear of the area.
Roger, KLM 525.
Aeroflot 190. Reduce speed to 250.
Yeah, we're working on it. Whoops, that's too much. Alright, tower 118 point. Oh, sorry, approach.
Departure Aeroflot 19031 miles from Sierra Alpha Mike India Kilo to the east at 3000.
Climb checks.
She did say land the gear up.
Okay, climb checks.
I was afraid she was going to lift the landing gear up while the plane was on the
Okay,
ground.
Off.
Cabin signs.
Okay, off.
Climb checks complete.
I have a blast with this because it's like taking an old game and doing mods with it. I mean, essentially, all of these add-ons and stuff are kind of mods. You know, you're modding the original game, but I just think it's kind of fun just to push the game to its limits, you know, and see what you can do with it.
701 is with you out of 3,000 for 8,000.
Speedbird 701, climb and maintain 9,000. Turn left heading 090.
Roger, out of 8,000 for 9,000. Understand, 090, Speedbird 701.
We're just about up to 10,000 feet.
Aeroflot 1990, contact center 118.35.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990. Good day.
And yes, I put my I recorded my voice for the ATC program. I can't speak to it, but I can sort of kind of pretend.
Center Aeroflot 1990 is with you at 8,000. IFR.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990, squawk 6774. TWA 7.
Roger. 6774. Aeroflot 1990.
TWA 3882. Say again.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990, radar contact. Turn left heading 260. Descend and maintain 8,000.
Oh, he wants us at 8,000. Okay.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990.
1,000.
We'll lower the thing there. Are the flaps up? Whoa, 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 whoa. I hit the wrong button.
Aeroflot 1-9er-9er-0. Reduce speed to 250.
I hit the wrong button.
May I have your attention, please? In a few minutes more, service will be offered.
Yeah, when trying to fly Flight Simulator 2, I'm sure you've noticed this, that it's not forgiving. If you stall, it's like boom. There's no give. There's no give to it. It's just all take. It's like, oh, stall, game over. Slam right into the ground. Yeah. I know all about that. In rare cases, am I able to recover from that stall and not crash? But most of the time, especially when you're coming in for a landing, and it looks like you're just about ready to touch down, but when you stall, it's like somehow there's a mile between you and the runway, and it just just noses down.
Aeroflot 1990. Contact approach on 118.1.
Piper 6229. Turn heading 080.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990.
This is a little different. They didn't do this the last time.
7129 Roger, flying flight level 180 direct to Anara. But maintaining flight level 180 report to
maintain flight 180 direct Canada. We'll give you estimate so we level off now.
Approach Aeroflot 1990 out of 8,000 for 8,000. IFR.
Roger, Aeroflot 1990, radar contact. Turn right heading 260. Climb and maintain 8,000.
I bet that's pretty good. Okay, since we're at this part here, I'm going to take a snapshot here on, I almost said VATSIM, VMware. That way, in case anything goes wrong, all I have to do is go back to that snapshot. Hooray for VMware! This is kind of some of the best things about it.
Aeroflot 1990, turn left heading 250, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Oh, it is giving this go to 310. Huh.
Roger. Left 250 out of 7,000 for flight level 310 Aeroflot 1990.
Approach Citybird 367, level at 6,000.
May I have your attention, please? We have begun our descent towards the airport. For your safety, please ensure your seatbelts
Yeah, you can save in game. The problem is that if it crashes, it does not save the state of the adventure. So, because the adventure is a programmed script from beginning to end. You do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. That's how you were able to get ATC. So if it were to crash, yeah, I could load up the flight, but the adventure, the whole flight deck thing, all of that would be off. It wouldn't be synced up. So with me making snapshots of VMware, that means I can go right back to what, you know, where I took it. You know, just as if the crash never happened.
November 9016 Delta Juliet, 9 miles from Palm First Frequency West heading 300, VT 3000, total south on the localizer, cleared ILS, range set for first.
Originally, this had the default panel. It was like the Learjet panel, I think. And
1990, reduce speed to 250.
250? Why?
November 9016 Delta Juliet.
Roger, left 250
Oh.
out of 10,000. 4.
I thought you said reduce speed.
10, Aeroflot 1990.
Reduce speed? Turn to left? I don't know. I'm at heading 250. Yeah, but I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, there's got to be a panel, and I found one.
Aeroflot 1990, contact center 118.35.
Roger, Aeroflot.
So I got something that looks like an Airbus.
0, good day. Center, Aeroflot 1990 out of 12,000. 4, flight level 310, IFR.
Roger, Aeroflot 1990, radar contact. Aeroflot 1990, turn right heading 250, climb and maintain, flight level 310.
Roger, right 250 out of 12,000. 504, flight level 310, Aeroflot.
Now I do have this Airbus 2000 Special Edition, which works on Flight Simulator 98 and Flight Simulator 2000. But
Japan Air 713, Roger.
I don't want to open that up just yet. I want to check out, you know, some custom aircraft that people have done.
United 721.
Because there's all this custom content that people made, and you can still get all that stuff off of flightsim.com.
United 721. For flight level 310.
You know, and we can pull all that stuff back up. We can reappreciate the work that was done back in those days. It's like we're giving it a whole new life, you know, a second life. And besides, retro gaming is a big thing these days. People love going back and playing, like they're releasing the half-size arcade cabinets. Like you can pick them up at Walmart or something, where you can get like Pac-Man. It's got Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man in it, or like Centipede and Millipede. There's like one that has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, and then the second one, Turtles in Time. I think there's one with Street Fighter. There's a Mortal Kombat 2. So like you can get all these little arcade things and have your own little arcade. I mean, yeah, you can get an emulator and do all that stuff, but it's kind of neat when you can kind of create your own old-fashioned arcade, if you have the space.
On the pond 551, center squawk 5322, and ident, verify altitude.
Old Nippon 551, squawking 5322, level at flight level 240.
The graphics don't look as good the higher you get up, because it can't render that far. You see how it's kind of like, you can see this part rendered here, but further in the distance, it can't render it that far. So you have to kind of pretend that you don't see that.
November 1447, Mike, Tenerife.
I think I vaguely remember that. But yeah, the Hawaii one, that was exactly the one I was thinking of. And I've got those. I've got a boxed edition of the Hawaiian tour. I've got Japan also. This one's for Flight Simulator 4 though. Right here, Japan. It's from Mallard. I still got to get some flights going with Sublogic ATP. Airline transport pilot. I need to pull that out and dig into it.
Centerland Care 626 Zulu is with you. Level at 17,500.
Lancer 626 Zulu. Roger. Continue present heading. Altimeter is 3024.
Roger. 3024 Land Care 626 Zulu.
Okay, let's do another snapshot here. Yeah, I get paranoid. I get paranoid because it takes so much work to get all of this working. Yes, it did. If I remember correctly, 7 and 11 came out, and then 9, and then 12. They never released 8 and 10. 8 and 10 were never released. Which sucks.
Cherokee 375 Extra Center Squawk 5616 Indident. Verify altitude.
You can do a coast-to-coast flight in the United States with Flight Simulator 2, but you're missing like the whole Montana area and North and South Dakota, and then you're missing the area around Louisiana, Mississippi. So that's crappy. I hate that. And those same discs, you would need to use those on Flight Simulator 3. But Flight Simulator 4, on the other hand, they came out, Sublogic came out with USA East and USA West, which is a significant step up from the separate scenery discs. And that actually does have full USA coverage. I think it was originally intended for ATP, but it's also compatible with Flight Simulator 4.
Aeroflot 1990. Climb and maintain. Flight level 310.
FedEx 35.
Roger. Out of flight level 2554. Flight level 310. Aeroflot 1990.
Center, Pilatus 435 Quebec is with you. Level at flight level.
And then Flight Simulator 5 came out where you could fly around the world, but you barely had any nav aids to do it, and airports. Like, you'd be flying and there'd be like one airport in Kansas, 1 or 2 airports in Montana, just enough for you to kind of get around. So Flight Sim 5 was really dependent on user-created content to fill in all of those gaps. I did get something, though, which is compatible with it. Let me dig it up here. It's all the way on the bottom of all this stuff. I haven't tried it yet. But I found this here, Global. It's a scenery upgrade. It's got a couple of CD-ROMs on it, or in there, and it's compatible with 5.1, 98, and what they say Classic Flight Simulator, which is actually Windows 95. That's what they call it, and also Combat Flight Simulator. And so this replaces like all the terrain and the textures and stuff, but it also adds 2,000 airports, endless towns, roads, railways, parks, gardens, accurate mountains, hills, valleys, and basins that change with the seasons, all with a comprehensive navigational database to travel between the tropics and tundra, and much, much more. So I think this actually... Well, we got an overspeed. Let's bring it down a little bit.
1 Alpha, contact approach on 118.1.
Yeah, so I need to check that out. And
18.1 Falcon 361 Alpha. Good day.
Sure, it'll be really, really useful. I think I might use it on Flight Simulator 95 because I've got FSFX that I'm using on Flight Simulator 5.1.
Check position. We show you to be about 18 miles off the airway.
I'm not 18 miles off the airway. I like to have each of the different simulators set up a little differently from each other. Oh, I guess maybe I am off the airway just a tad. See, I'm looking at my flight plan right here. You can see that. So, yeah, I'm a little bit off. Make a change there. That is interesting in regards to the airport between the 64 and the Amiga. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the that C64 tour and Amiga tour, it's going in that direction. Isn't the paint job on this good? The guy did a great job.
3537 Amtrak 571, good day.
How can this be overspeed? The overspeed thing is up here. Alright, fine. I'll bring it down to 330.
Aeroflot 1990. Check position. We show you to be about 15 miles off the airway.
I can ask for vectors. Although I am going in the right direction, but... Where are you, Sinner? Okay. We'll see what they give me.
Center Aeroflot 1990. Request vectors.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990. The airway heading is 250. I show you to be 14 miles off the airway. Turn left heading 205. You join the airway.
205, okay.
Citybird 610. Center squawk 3661.
That's a little too much, I think, but...
Citybird 610, squawking 3661. Level at flight level 180.
Countdown 120, with you, flight level 330.
The overspeed on the old simulator is actually not that bad.
American 736, contact center 134.
It's a lot more annoying in the later simulator. Now, of course, you can change all those sound effects if you want. Now, something I can do here, I can pull up my flight director and I can go ahead and switch on the autopilot update and auto switch, and then as you can see, it's kind of moving on its own now. It should lock into the course and take us all the way there. So basically like a flight director. Oh, except it wants us to take us at 554 Mach. Well, I don't think that's going to work. Well, darn. Oh, I don't know what it's doing. Okay, I'm going to turn that back off again. Sometimes it works out well. We just happen to be in an area where it's there's not normally coverage. I am not going the right direction here. There we go. Hello, RJP. How you doing there? Yeah, the one that you're... I have a text-to-voice voice called Shouty, and so everything he says he's like shouting. It's kind of funny. I try to add a few new voices if I can, like maybe one every 2 or 3 months, so I can kind of, because they're like $50 a pop. So I just kind of get them a little bit here and a little bit there to try to build up my library. So that way when I use something like Vox ATC, I have a wide variety of voices that I can use. And sometimes you can use the foreign language ones, like the ones that are meant to speak in German, the ones that are meant to speak in Spanish, and you can try to get it to say things in English, and you'll be able to hear, the accent and everything. It's not perfect, but if you wanted to fly offline and have a little bit of a feel for localized ATC, you could sort of pull it off with it. It's not as good as VATSIM, but You know, if you're willing to open your mind up to some imagination, oh, look at this. I am going down to 8,000. Okay, that flight director screwed everything up. So, back up we go. Gee, for a moment, this seems like the Airbus I was trying to fly on P3D. Now, the reason why I got screwed up was because of flight director, because I had turned on the autopilot thing with that, and we just happen to be in an area that really doesn't have coverage. I had to download the stuff in order to get airports, because the airports are not in the base game of Flight Simulator 98. I had to find custom content for it. But, just in case you're wondering, if we zoom out here, you will see that we are over here. This is exactly where we started on the VATRUS, the Cross VATRUS 2020 event. So we started right here, and we were going down over to this peninsula or something. So we are definitely heading there. I can't seem to get up the what's up with the Mach speed here? I'm like off my course now because of that thing. Hi, Mike. Yep, Flight Simulator 98. I've been wanting to get back into this. I hadn't done any videos or streams on my classic sims for a while. And then I just had the idea, what if I did the Crossing VATRUS 2020 with Flight Simulator 98? And so that's what we have. So I went to flightsim.com. I looked up all the airports. I was able to, out of the 32 flights, I was able to find everything except for 5 airports. And that's not a problem, because I have a program on the way. It's called Aircraft and Scenery Designer or something like that. So I can make those airports that I was not able to find. And that's typically what I do. I try to find custom content first, and then I'll make it if I can't find it. And I like doing this because it gives a whole new life to all that work that people created back in those days. You're right. Well, it is going up. No, we're okay. We're not stalling. It's fine. The airspeed is going up. Yeah, you should have came earlier, because I've got a flight crew. And so there's announcements, there's a co-pilot, there's checklists that they read back and forth. There is ATC chatter, but it gets to a certain point and then it doesn't play it as much. So yeah, there are several different add-ons. There's also an add-on that gives me the ability to do a pushback, and there's this little car and a little guy, and it pushes the plane back, and you can even set it to where you can have your nose pointing in a certain direction, so it's not just a straight pushback. You can have it turn your aircraft so that way you're facing the direction that you need to go. Yeah, for Flight Sim 98, I've got this thing loaded with stuff. And I have an absolute blast with it. It's just taking a classic, retro game and doing things with it I hadn't done before, and pushing it to its limits to see how far I can take it. Oh wow. I didn't realize that there was that. I mean, I know that some of the lag is because, I'm sitting here blah, 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 and then I look and say, oh, you just sent something else. Part of that lag is me. I'm going to request vectors again.
Center Aeroflot 1990, request vectors.
Roger, Aeroflot 1990, the airway heading is 250. I show you to be 1 miles off the airway. Turn right heading 295. You join the airway.
Aeroflot 1990, roger, thank you.
Yes, I put my voice in the game. I had something like 400 or 500 WAV files I had to record. And it's something that I wanted to do back when I originally played Flight Simulator 98. I wanted to do that. And now I can. I went ahead and did all that. Well, the stream looks like it's okay from my end.
Use Air 22, sorry, 343, climb and maintain flight level 330. 2343.
Yeah, it is dedication. Here's my take on it. There's always production value that goes into videos. Some people spend time with the editing, with lighting, backdrops, whatever the case may be. For the videos that I'm doing, I figure a little extra work goes a long way. I mean, now that I got my voice recorded in there, all the flights that I do will have it in there. And I just broke it up, and I just figured, oh, okay, I'll record 20 WAV files now, and then I'll record another 20 and another 20. That's kind of why some of the words don't quite mix, but now ProFlight 2000, which was the ATC program, adventure program for Flight Simulator 2000, that one has like over 1,000 WAV files. Most of them are all the airlines, because it includes a lot of the airlines in it. And then some other work that I'll do is like the voices that are in, because there's a lot more voices in ProFlight 2000 and also ProFlight Emulator that came out later. I've taken those voices and then I repurposed them and put them here in the Flight Simulator 98 into the ProFlight 98 program. And I also added the max number of voices that you can have in this program It comes with like 6, I think. And back when I played it, that's all that I had. My voice is number 7, and then you've got 8 more that you can add. And so I took all the WAV files and stuff from ProFlight 2000 and ProFlight Emulator, because it's they're the same format. It has a lot more ATC communication in the later versions. But I was able to take those and pull them into Flight Simulator 98. Or yeah.
242 India has the traffic.
Okay, we're going to do another snapshot here, because this is where where the simulator crashed, right about here. Yeah, we'd be a lot further right now, but the simulator crashed and it said out of memory. It's like, hey, that's an FSX error right there. And this is not a 32-bit program. This is 16-bit. Takes a moment for that to save. There we go. And now that we got things going here, we can bring back Killer Radio. I can start doing my DJing again right here on Twitch. So Killer Radio, we are going to go ahead and start with Tokyo Rose with The Fire, the Tokyo Rose remix. Right here on Killer Radio.
American 589, contact center 126.45. Now 2645, American 589.
And I'll still be talking and having a conversation.
American 1923, contact center on 132.37. Good day. 3237, American 1923.
Cherokee 904 Romeo, traffic at 8 o'clock, 4 miles out west, altitude 14,000.
Cherokee 904 Romeo, negative contact.
I've come up with some new ideas for my streams. I've been wanting to bring back my my internet radio station, and I think I found a way to do it. But instead of playing, you know, copyrighted music or royalty music, I'm playing royalty-free music. And I'm sticking with synthwave because I love synthesizers. And with the kind of stuff that we do on this channel, the synthwave fits perfectly. When I did actually have Killer Radio on the internet, I used Sam Broadcaster. It's an old version of Sam Broadcaster. I have a whole computer. It was a cheap computer that I put together that was specifically for the station. And I had all this music from the 1910s all the way to the latest stuff. Different genres and everything. I don't know if you'll find anything. You might find an old website that I had put together. But a lot of that stuff wound up getting taken down. $175,000. That's quite a bit. I had tons and tons of CDs that I collected from the like 70s, 80s, mostly 80s, and 90s. And I ripped all of that stuff and put it on my hard drive. '70 to 2000, that's a good mix. My daughter has her Pandora set up like that, which, as a matter of fact, I have several stations that I set up on Pandora. I have a Killer Radio, a Killer Radio 2, Killer Country. I set up a whole bunch of stuff. I used to have a channel called Killer Games, which would play music from video games and music inspired by video games. That was my favorite.
Cactus 985, traffic at 6 o'clock, 5 miles south, east, altitude, flight level 220.
Cactus 985 has the traffic.
That was Castro with Caped Utility. I gave the wrong information to start off with. That was my bad. So moving on here in the wonderful world of synthwave, we have Absolute Valentine with Flesh of Fallen Angels. Earlier today, when I was actually flying the VATRUS event on P3D, and it just started giving me an idea, because I just found this awesome playlist. This music is coming from SoundCloud, in case you're wondering. I just found this awesome playlist and just started playing it. And where it had a cinematic feel to it when I was doing the exterior shots and just kind of moving around the plane. And with the music, it just felt really cool. And then I just thought, hey, how about I incorporate that into like bringing back the whole Killer Radio idea and bringing it into, not every stream, but things like Flight Simulator, and I can do that with The Sims Online also. That'll bring me back to my little roots, because I started doing internet radio when Sims Online was originally out. Because DJs would be they would have their shows on a certain station, and then they would go visit people's lots in the Sims Online, and they'd be bringing listeners and stuff with them, and they'd have a party there, taking requests. Man, those are good times. Yes, those I downloaded some of those. The Ilyushins. I found an Aeroflot. I found a Siberian, the S7. I found one of those. I think one of the Russia Airlines I found also with that.
About 500 feet a minute. Talk to 4 Tango Bravo, turn 20 degrees right, vector traffic. Be right, Tango Bravo.
One of these days I'll need to dig into this Ultimate Classic Wings. This is for Flight Simulator 98 and 2000. It's got 240 of the world's most popular aircraft. This has got the Airbus 310, ATR 4272 and 500, the Avro Lancaster, the Boeing 707, 720, 747, a few different models of that, 757, 767. Quite a few things. And I recently did a stream and recorded a video with the Concorde for Flight Simulator 98. But I also have this Concorde, which is for Flight Simulator 2002 and 2004. I'd have to say, out of the flight simulators, I think 2002 didn't get enough love. Maybe that's just me, because I was going through some life changes at the time. Because although I had Flight Simulator 2000, I think I played it like 3 or 4 times, and that was it. And then I didn't get back into Flight Simulator until FS9. So I had no idea how 2002 was until I started doing the World Tour series on Killer TV. Oh yeah. Yeah, I had Autogen. It was also the first one with built-in ATC as well. And just like all these other simulators, I try to find old add-ons and scenery upgrades and stuff to try to push it a little bit more than just the basic default, you know, simulator.
Vanguard 319er, traffic at 10 o'clock, 4 miles west, altitude unknown.
Vanguard 319er, negative contact.
So something, I think I used it with Flight Simulator 2002. I've got a collection of the FS Genesis, the terrain mesh. And so these can be used on Flight Simulator 2000, 2002, and 2004. Well, 2004, I already have an FS Genesis for it. These are older versions, and they do not work on 2000. Even though it says it's made for it, oh, no, 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 it does not, because it turns it into a complete mess. And I tried it several different ways. I tried it in VMware. I tried it on PC emulator, which actually emulates the hardware. And then I tried it natively on Windows 7, you know, no emulation, just natively. Every single time, there's like parts of the land going up this way and that way. It's just an absolute mess. So yeah, I like to have different setups for all the different simulators. Like AI traffic, for example. try to use different things for AI traffic. Just in time. Yep. The last I read about him, he was having some health issues or something.
TWA 336, climb and maintain flight level 330.
On up to 330, TWA 336.
That was Z683R. I don't know if that's supposed to say something. With the song Figure 8. Right here on Killer Radio, your home for synthwave music.
Roger 3023 Vanguard 475.
And we go on to Med Sound and Yoda. I am not afraid. FS9, and it really, you know, makes a nice difference.
Comair F44 traffic at 6 o'clock, 5 miles northeast, altitude unknown.
Comair 744 has the traffic.
That was the one that I think I got, was the worldwide one, because I wasn't sure how much of a difference it would make, so I got like the worldwide version. And actually, you know what? That one just, it seems good enough. I don't think I need to have anything that much more detailed. I can certainly, you know, look into it. That would be one thing, because I'm not using any. Well, no, that's not true. I do have terrain mesh for FSX Team Orbix, because I've got the global base and the vector, and some of the terrain is mesh is done with the land class. Yes, I think it is.
15 degrees to the right. I'll have 33 available for you here in about 3 minutes, and I'll have back on close also then.
Okay, it's 15 degrees right for you, sir, 33.
Yeah. I do have something for Flight Simulator 2000, which is oh, I forget. It comes with a DHC Beaver. Oh, National Parks. That's what it's called. And you can use it on Flight Simulator 2000 and 2002, and it's got FS Genesis built into it for the different national parks. And I was testing it out like around Zion National Park in Utah, and you can see as you're flying, it's almost like Play-Doh or something that's kind of moving and forming and all this stuff as you're flying. It's kind of, yeah, I mean, even that couldn't keep up.
United 650 center ready. TWA 410, contact 135.37.
Today, 410, good day, sir.
Double 539, climb and maintain, flight level 290.
539, leave at 27290.
Commander 571 Lima traffic at 8 o'clock, 4 miles east, altitude 8,500.
Did I mention to you that I got the PMDG 737? My goal is to finish up the rest of the VATRUS tour with the 737. So I started off with the 747, and I was thinking of ending with the 737. Yeah, today was payday, so so I got this. I got the base 737 package, and I got the expansion, and I also got FS2 Crew as well. The FS2 Crew is nice when flying on VATSIM, because I can tell the co-pilot, hey, change this comm radio. I don't have to sit there and try to change views and stuff to get to the radio. I can have him do it.
TWA 207, contact center 124.27. Good night.
2427, Bay 207. Good day. American 296, appreciate the help. Contact center now 132.52, 3252. 3252, American 296, good day. Center Amtrak 571 and flight level 330, smooth. Amtrak 571, Center.
I definitely want to get a few things for X-Plane.
And try to get your company flight 464 up on this frequency, please. 4, welcome.
I did one airline test flight with one of the default planes, and it worked out just fine. I was able to fly it no problem. I don't know which plane it was, if it was a 737 or 47. It was just one of the default ones that comes with X-Plane 11. No, I haven't done anything with DCS World. I'm not overly interested in it. I think I would be more interested in the Microsoft Combat Simulator more, because it's an older game, and you know, just kind of a retro type of thing. Plus, you can use like scenery discs with it. That's about the only thing. But overall, I don't get into military simulators too much. This sounds like a Madonna song.
Amtrak 571, center now on 135.37. 3537, Amtrak 571, good day.
I like how synthwave is more popular now than what it was in the 80s. There's like a whole genre of people creating synthwave, like 30, 40 years after, you know, it was first done. That's just cool. I never had that one.
November 902 Romeo Whiskey, contact center 126.67 today.
Romeo Whiskey, good day, go Brave.
I know it though. I know which one you're referring to. I have thought about getting some of those just to do some retro gaming and stuff, and you know, to do stuff here on Twitch with some of the retro games. And all right, let's make another snapshot here in VMware. in case it decides to do something bad. I want to be able to finish the flight. I don't want it to crash on me in the middle of it. Huh.
Japan Air 37 traffic at 1 o'clock.
Alrighty, so that was Absolute Valentine with Light in the Dark. Right here on Killer Radio. Being featured on the Killer Gamer Twitch channel. I am your host, the Killer Gamer, and we are flying Retro Flight using Flight Simulator 98, and we are flying we're recreating the first leg of the Cross VATRUS 2020 event from UHPP to UHSS. And so we have add-ons and everything to make our experience a lot more than just default. And besides, a lot of Russian airports were not included in Flight Simulator 98. But thanks to some dedicated, creative individuals, we can have most of those airports. So right now, we've got the group Home with Take Care, which is something really important these days with everything going on. Be sure you take care of yourselves, your families, and each other.
Charlie Niner Squawk 1311, anti-den, verify altitude.
Aztec 483 Charlie, squawking 1311, level F, flight level 295.
I wonder what this does. 9.5 arm on. I don't know what this is. I'm afraid to play with it. Spoilers are over here. So if you want spoilers on what's to come, you just click this button over here. Not quite sure where we're at here. This is our flight plan, but I'm not sure where in this flight plan we're at. Just keep following the line. Thank goodness for Flight Director. I don't think we'd be able to get there any other way. It's not like we got airways or anything to lock into.
647 with you, level at 8,000.
Delta 647, roger. Altimeter is 3015.
Roger, 3015, Delta 647.
Okay, let's go ahead and show you a map here. This is the airport we're going to, Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk. So it's right down in this little area right here. And we flew from here. So we're coming down in this direction. Just to give you guys a visual on where we're at.
Aeroflot 19990. Check position. We show you to be about 6 miles off the airway.
That's what I like about flying the old simulators. It's just interesting to see how did each simulator represent those particular areas.
Learjet 196 Whiskey. Roger, continue present heading.
Roger, Learjet 196 Whiskey.
I didn't realize our Mach speed was down. Let me increase it here. Part of the reason why it's taken a little bit.
820, traffic at 1 o'clock, 5 miles west, altitude unknown.
Speedbird 820, negative contact. 126.45. 2645, that was 1035.
You want to know something that really irritates me? So, they're coming out with a new tour called the Tour of China 2020, which sounds good, but they've got that running halfway through the VATRUS tour tomorrow. Pics and all this stuff.
890, traffic at 1 o'clock, 4 miles northwest, altitude unknown.
I want to look into those and maybe add a little bit more oomph to the streams. You're listening to Killer Radio's synth wave music. Here is Stereo Spread. Nope, sorry, Tokyo Rose with The Fire. Do you think I'll be able to land this? You don't have the benefit of SIDS and stars with these old simulators, so they get to be a little bit of a challenge trying to get them lined up correctly and land it. Yeah, I have walked away from them. So has the cameraman. They've managed to walk away from everything as well. Especially the cameraman that's outside taking the exterior shots. I think that guy's invincible.
Center. Cathay 119 is with you. Level at 10,000.
Cathay 119er. Roger. Continue present heading. Altimeter is 3016.
Roger 3016. Cathay 119er.
It'll be interesting to see how ATC vectors us in. Hey, one thing's for sure, I don't think they'll vector us in 4 miles from the airport. Like that one guy did.
Aeroflot 199er. Check position. We show you to be about 1 miles off the airway.
American 736, contact center 134.67. So long. 3467, American 736, so long.
Looks like the scenery that this guy created. There is an ILS for runway 1. Guess I might as well tune that in here. 109.50. That's assuming ATC takes us over to that. I guess the course is going to be, doesn't have the exact course, but we'll do that. Hopefully that'll be close. There's also a list of NDBs that were created with that airport, so. Oh, they're NDB approaches is what they are. Oh, those are fun. The Dark Ages.
Aero Mexico, 9-4, center, squawk 7225, and ident, verify altitude.
Aero Mexico, 9-4, squawking 7225, level at 7,000.
Aeroflot 1-9-0, check position. We show you to be about 1-2 miles off the airway.
Use Air 2343, contact center 126.67. Good night.
We might be coming up to our top of descent. There's another waypoint coming up. Right here. I think we're getting close. Gremlin, spoil our day. We're continuing the rockin' synthwave here. This is Magna with Divide, the Miami edit.
Kiwi 725, traffic at 7 o'clock, 5 miles southwest, altitude light level 240.
Kiwi 725 has the traffic.
Use Air 490, 343, climb and maintain flight level 330.
2343, 330, thank you.
Aeroflot 1990, check position. We show you to be about 8 miles off the airway.
Trigger 561, contact center 135.37.
3537, 561, thanks for your help.
It's funny, the ATC chatter almost sounds like it's part of the music.
American 1923, contact center on 132.37. Good day. 3237, American 1923.
Center, Galaxy. 129 Tango is with you. Level at flight level 275.
Galaxy 129 Tango, roger.
Roger, Galaxy. 129 Tango.
FedEx 3511, radio check.
Southwest 436, center roger, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Center, Southwest 410, with you, level at flight level 250.
Southwest 410, roger. Continue present heading.
Roger, Southwest 410.
Aeroflot 1990, send and maintain 14,000, altimeter is 3008.
We're descending.
Parker 4 Tango Bravo, contact center 134.67.
Roger, out of flight level 300.
1,000.
14,000.
1 to go.
1 19990.
Center Amtrak 571 and flight level 330, smooth. Amtrak 571,
Center Galaxy 125 Juliet is with you. Level at 7,500.
Galaxy 125 Juliet. Roger. Altimeter is 3008.
Roger. 3008. Galaxy 125 Juliet.
Look at my map here. Ooh, we are definitely getting close. That's the end of it right there.
For years they've been saying these things would change the world. Would mature from adding machines and typewriters to tools of the human spirit.
What the heck is this? Oh, that's a song. Okay. Like, what am I doing? Getting an advertisement or something? Those are clouds. You're seeing clouds because we're coming down. Yeah, they're Minecraft clouds is what we have. These are 3D volumetric clouds. They just have hard angles on them. Also kind of reminds me of Tron, the very first Tron, where it was showing clouds in the sky and they were kind of angular like that. Nah. They definitely do look like, you know, what the high when you're up high and you see the clouds, it kind of looks like snow patches on the ground, but it's not.
$1,000 to go.
Yeah, it looks like visibility's kind of low. Oh, this will be fun. Well, I do have an option to request vectors when we get to approach. There's land. Right here. There's more than just that. The airport's going to be off in this direction over here. Getting close. Alright, we'll go ahead and turn the music off and get ready for our approach. Land ho, everyone! We're coming up to the peninsula, or whatever it's called. But yeah, you can see it right there. It's not very green because, well, visibility is kind of low, but it'll get more color the closer we get to it. See, I think this looked worse than what it really was because it was zoomed in. Sometimes it winds up zooming in when you least suspect it. Yeah, that's way too much. I think that's normal right there. It's hard to tell because the part that would tell you how much the zoom level is covered up. You can't really see it. But this looks right. Hopefully we'll get some instructions from ATC here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and slow down. Airport should be in this general direction over here to the right. I'm not sure how far away it is. We have the ILS tuned in, but it's not giving us any distance. But I do have a flight route off to the side with flight director, so you can kind of see where we're at. I think I see something. could be right in here. Oh, hey, we can see.
Center Aeroflot 1990 out of 13,000 for 3,500.
Oh.
IFR.
We're supposed to go to 3,500?
1990 radar contact. Aeroflot
1,000 to go.
Right heading 285. Descend and maintain 3,500. Vectors for the visual. Runway 1 approach.
Aeroflot 1990. Say again.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990 radar contact. Aeroflot 1990. Turn right heading 285. Descend and maintain 3,500. Vectors for the visual. Runway 1 approach.
Okay.
Roger. Right to 285 out of 13,500 for 3,500.
So runway 1, that's perfect. That's the one that's got the ILS. Well, there's a mountain. Now remember, out here in the distance, it can't render that far. So it's just kind of bleh out there.
Aeroflot 1990. Contact approach on 118.1.
Roger. Aeroflot 1990. Good day. Approach Aeroflot 1990 out of 12,000 for 3,500. IFR.
Roger, Aeroflot 1990 radar contact.
Aeroflot.
Heading 285, descend and maintain 3,500.
Approach.
Roger, Aeroflot 1990.
Okay, let's take another snapshot here on VMware. It's like we're coming in for a landing. I don't want to wind up back over the ocean in case the simulator decides to crash. I don't mean us, I mean the simulator. We can walk away from our crashes. We can't walk away for when the simulator crashes. Because then we got to start all over again.
Aeroflot 1990, reduce speed to 250.
Roger, Aeroflot 1990.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Approach Vanguard 353 at 8,000, squawking 6622.
Vanguard 353, descend and maintain 5,000. Turn left heading 150.
Roger, down to 5,000, turn 150, Vanguard 353.
144 I think is too low. Now I don't have a stick to fly this. I have to do it with the keyboard. If I was playing this on PC emulator, I'd be able to use a joystick. Or if I was playing this on Windows XP and VMware, I'd be able to do it. But not all of my add-ons will work. The only way they work is in Windows 98, and my joystick isn't recognized with it.
Aeroflot 19990, reduce speed 190.
1,000.
Roger, Aeroflot 19990.
Approach checks.
Okay, approach checks. Nav aids.
Yep, set.
Seatbelt. No smoking signs.
Is on.
External lights.
On.
I can record my
Engine
voice and
ignition.
put it in this too.
FLT start.
Spoilers.
Armed.
Auto brake switch.
Is set.
Auto throttle.
Armed.
Autopilot.
Yep, set.
Heading 120
Flaps.
American 1980.
Flaps up, set.
Landing gear.
Down.
Approach checks complete.
Send it to 4,000. We have fuel for site 638.
There's one departure coming off, and then I'll have your clearance after you get that your way.
Aeroflot 19990, turn right, heading 3.
There it is.
500. 3000.
Localizer alive.
Thanks.
19990. Say again.
Localizer captured.
Aeroflot 19990, turn
Set
right.
missed approach
340,
heading.
Climb and maintain 3000.
Approach, Highlighted 525 Charlie, level at 7,500.
Apparently we missed
Pilot is 525
Glide slope active.
Roger.
the glide
Check.
slope.
Aeroflot 19990, reduce speed 170. Aeroflot 19990, cleared to final for runway 1, contact tower on 120.65 when established.
Roger, out of 2,500 for 3,000 until established on final for runway 1, Aeroflot 19990.
I don't think we're going to be able to catch that ILS.
That's fine, you are clear for the visual approach.
We'll see.
TWA 493, level at 9,000.
Glide slope captured.
TWA 493, Roger.
Departure 36082 is on the wheels, we're at 3,000.
Set missed approach altitude.
No, we're not doing a missed approach.
Set. You're going down.
Landing for now, we'll wait
Speed
on
check.
fire, boosting 5082.
Flaps 10.
Gear down.
Below 3,000 en route to your location. The short answer
Flaps
is
15.
3017. You're clear through the tower.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 20.
Speed check.
Yes, you are cleared through
Flaps 20. You're down. Lock. 3 green.
Contact departure 124.0.
Thank you.
40, 148,
Set at 01, turn right, heading 360.
Speed check. Flaps 35.
Very Papa Golf, you're going to maintain 5,000.
Papa Golf, have a 10,000 for 5,000.
Approach Cafe 759er at 4,000, squawking 1204.
Cafe 759er, descend and maintain 3000, turn right, heading 200.
Roger, down to 3,000, turn 200, Cafe 759er.
Left turn direct to Gulfie for American 1980.
Confirm the heading was 010 for Delta 1078.
Delta 1078, affirmative 010 on the heading.
010 Delta 1078.
Arm spoilers.
Spoilers armed. 1 to go.
Autopilot is off.
Approaching minimums. 300. 200. 100.
We might be landing on the taxiway. And a little hard.
40.
Reverse.
Reverse thrust engaged.
We took the grass runway.
100 knots. Spoilers up. Manual braking.
Flaps up.
Flaps up.
These are not easy on the old simulators. Especially, you know, you have your navigation equipment's very limited. You have a lot more flexibility with the newer ones. Yeah, so it looks like we got mountains here.
4809, contact departure 124.0.
40, 4809,
After landing checks.
Okay, after landing checks. External lights.
Off.
Flaps.
Up.
Transponder.
Is off.
Brakes. Hydraulics.
Is checked.
After landing checks complete.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt signs have been turned off. The captain and his crew hope you have enjoyed the flight and look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Approach Mooney 355 Echo, level at 10,000.
Alright, tune in the ground here.
355 Echo.
Sometimes they pass you off and sometimes they don't. Hey, that sounds like VATSIM. This is pretty accurate. Shoot, what was that command again? Alright. No, that wasn't it. Yeah, it was.
Ground, Aeroflot 19990, clear the active runway.
Aeroflot 19990, taxi to terminal.
Hey, Freight traffic 80 Mike, we're just south American Camp, south of the shoreline, turning eastbound, climbing through 2000. We got the cattle point traffic. We'll be off your left and behind you.
Ground, Pan Am 320 at the terminal with information, Lima.
Pan Am 320, taxi to runway and hold.
Roger, Pan Am 320.
Harrison Ford's my favorite actor, by the way.
Harbor traffic, Skyline 5918 Gulf over Cattle Point, descending at 3500, descending into pattern altitude and entering right pattern for 16, right harbor.
Guess we'll park straight ahead. I try not to do go-arounds if at all possible. Because they can become a royal pain to try to get back lined up. There's a bunch of people over there on the side. They came to say hi. We're famous.
Parking brakes set.
Brake pressure up. Cabin signs off, please. Parking checks.
Can hear everyone starting to get out.
Okay, parking checks.
If we have a failure below 100 knots, call out a failure and we will prepare to abort if necessary. If a failure of serious nature occurs after 100 knots, I will make the decision, so be prepared for whatever is required. Pre-start checklist.
No, don't do a pre-start checklist.
Pre-start checks.
Here,
parking brake.
We'll just disconnect you. That's what we'll do.
Is set.
It's set. You're off now, buddy. I keep going for my control like I'm going to scroll around. It don't work like that. Yeah, see the little people over there? Got all the little people. Alrighty, well that was cool. I hope you all had a good time with this flight. We're at UHSS, Uniform Hotel Sierra Sarah. It is the first leg of day one of the VATRUS, Cross VATRUS 2020. We're just doing this in retro style with Flight Simulator 98. So hope you all like that. I'd like to continue, doing the whole 32-leg flight, just in case anyone is interested. We'll have to see what people think. I have thought about switching off between simulators, like doing this one with 98, doing the next one with Flight Simulator 5, doing the one after that with Flight Simulator 2004. I thought about doing that, but I think it would be more neater if it was just all done in Flight Simulator 98. It would all stay consistent. And plus, I was able to find all that custom content. I'd like to be able to make use of that custom content too. So, like this Aeroflot here, a lot of the Russian general aviation aircraft that I found, the airports that I was able to find, and then there were some that I wasn't able to find that we'll be able to create ourselves. It'll be our custom content created by yours truly. So a little bit of everything. Yeah. A closed city. They're amazed to see me. They're probably all standing there looking at the Aeroflot. Looks a lot bigger than the one that's sitting over there. Wonder if that's like a Mad Dog or something. No, that's not a Mad Dog. It's usually longer. Yeah. Oh, the engine on the top should be a sign. Maybe it's a CRJ. I don't know. Well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call that a flight. I got to take a break and see what's going on in the real world. But I do have some practicing that I want to do with the new PMDG 737 that I got for P3D. And prepared for the day number 9 of the Cross VATRUS 2020 event. So I will most likely be doing a stream, but it won't be here on Twitch. I'll be doing it over on YouTube. I tend to like to do practice streams over there on YouTube. So if you all want to keep up with the Killer Gamer and see what's going on, then head on over to YouTube, Killer TV, K-I-L-R TV. Link is on the homepage here on Twitch. And if you follow me on Twitter, I use that for communication purposes with all of you in the Killer community. So retweets of things that I find interesting, but I also give you a heads up most of the time of when I'm going to be going on live streaming. So that's a good thing, just to give you a little bit of a heads up before it happens. And then we got behind the scenes stuff of projects that I'm working on. I take pictures and put them on Instagram. So all kinds of fun stuff. 727? No, 737. Oh, are you saying that this over here is a 727? I guess it would be small enough to be one. Boy, those people must really be impressed. They're just standing there. They are awestruck. Yeah, and it could just be, you know, it's static. It's static scenery. So it could have just been modeled. Or you're talking about this? No, that one there, back here. Oh no, that's not a 727. I'm not sure what that is. This here, possibly. Oh, I see the fuel box over there. Oh, maybe that's not a fuel box. I love this over here, though. That makes me want to grab a GA aircraft and fly out of the airport the next time over in this area. I love these. These are cool. And the mountain's got some shape over here. Look at this. Yeah, all in all, you know, I didn't know what to expect as far as mountains and stuff, but it looks pretty nice. Yeah, the tri-engine. Yeah, I saw the engine on the top. I thought CRJ's had a third engine on the top, but I don't remember. I'm trying to learn my airplanes, so I know what's what. Alrighty. Well, for anyone that has joined and has watched, if you'd like to see the rest, or maybe the stuff that you missed, this stream will still be here archived on Twitch for about 10 days. I did record this stream, so it is going to show up over on Killer TV. So it'll be there, and you'll be able to watch the whole thing. So even if you can't do it right away, you'll be able to go over there and watch the parts that you missed, and listen to all the great music that we had on the way. Can I pan around and zoom back? Maybe see the little plane. Well, when I zoom back, it kind of gets distorted. Oh, I can't zoom any further than that. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't... we don't have a chase plane on this, so I can't, like, move the eye thing. Does that help? Is that a Mad Dog? I don't think Aeroflot has an MD. Look at my box for Mad Dog. No, I don't think a Mad Dog has 3 engines. At least not according to this. Maybe I should get a 727. Interesting guy. Oh, you mean this? Or maybe it's one of the other models that I saw when looking stuff up. Oh, this one here. Yeah, that one. Now, see, if I spent more time, I could have recorded our own air traffic. So I would take whatever plane I'm flying, and I would do some taxi backs and takeoffs, come back, do landings, and then it would repeat those, and you would see what looks like air traffic coming in, choosing between a variety of different models that would be coming in, taxiing, leaving, going, and taking off. So it's a lot of extra stuff that takes work, but when you do it, it really gives you a neat experience with Flight Simulator 98.